when I look back to high school, I'll never forget one fall we had a new PE teacher. His signing skill was not very good and it was pretty awkward. But during the day, he would teach PE, and in the afternoons, he was in charge of the girls' sports program and coaching. There weren't a lot of fall sports for girls, but he found one called field hockey. Not the one that's done on the ice. This one's on the field, only for girls. Use a wooden stick with a hook on the end and a wooden ball. And on your legs, you have to wear shin guards so you don't get them hurt. Our equipment, they were probably about 5 years old and just awful. But our coach decided it was good enough and went on to continue to set everything up. He gathered everyone together and asked for volunteers, and I raised my hand. I enjoyed sports, and I never played this one before, but I thought it'd be fun. So 12 girls got together, and for 1 to 2 weeks we would practice and learned everything about the sport. But it was really difficult, and we had to bear with our coach because of his signing capabilities. He would model the rules for us, and one of the most important was the wooden stick should never be above the waist, and you should never raise it above the waist because the object of the game is to keep the ball on the ground. We continued to practice for another 2 weeks, and we were going to have a game with some hearing girls, and they were to come to our Deaf Institute to play us. When they showed up, we were shocked. They had these nice new uniforms, and they had dots that outlined their numbers, new cleats, and new shin guards. But us, we were wearing our PE uniforms, and we wore an apron and that we tied around our neck, and then we painted our numbers on ourselves. But we were desperate. We continued to keep a good attitude, though, and thought that we just want to play the game, and kept thinking positive. We were so excited. Once we started playing, we realized it wasn't that easy. The hearing girls' technique was to keep the ball moving, and our defense really had to work. Every time we'd get the balls, it just seemed to go right out of bounds, and we just kept getting penalty after penalty. But after that, I'll never forget, I was in the midfield position and breathing heavily at the middle of the field, and all my deaf teammates were looking at me, and there were 2 hearing girls opposite of me, and they wanted to get the ball into the goal behind me, and I wanted to get the ball from them and score it in the goal behind them. Well, one of the hearing girls decided she wanted to pass it to her teammate before they would make the goal, but she misjudged when she hit the ball, and it came towards me, so I ran and raced my stick in the air, not realizing I was breaking the rules, and I hit the ball, and it went to and hit one of the hearing girls in the face. She started screaming. Everyone ran towards her. I knew I messed up. I was trying to explain I didn't mean to and apologize, but I was pushed away from the group. The worst was my coach was so furious and told me that I needed to go sit on the bench and that I made a penalty and I couldn't do that. I tried to explain that I wasn't thinking, but he told me to stop talking. So I walked over to the bench, and as I sat down, I just felt so horrible. My team looked over and felt the same pain I felt. But as we watched the hearing girls walk away after the team, they told us we sucked. It was lousy experience, and I quit after that. It was just too much.